running from it will scorch your hand or wherever part it will touch. Even if it touches your clothing, it can burn your clothing off, almost similar to acid, if you can say, but not as fast. You'll notice it, but it will hurt.
That's scary. That's why I don't like water.
Yeah.
I can swim. I can swim, but I don't like water. So our next fruit is Pangium eldule, aka football fruit, which is originally from Malaysia, Micronesia, and Melanesia. And the benefits is that it is really high in iron and vitamin C.
All right, and having said that, once again, it's not as long as the previous fruit was, but it has the ultimate side effect. So first, it will cause sleepiness. So let me rewind. What's in it that causes these problems is hydrocyanic. I don't feel like I said that right, but acid. So with that, it's a toxic plant, and the seeds itself can cause sleepiness, delirium, and ready for this? Remember I said ultimate side effect? Death. So, just stay away. Just stay away. That's all I have to say.
Hydrocyanic acid.
There you go.
Hydrocyanic acid.
That's what it has. If you don't know, now you know. I ain't gonna say that last one.
The next fruit is Jatropha, which is originally from Mexico and Central America. The benefits is that it has antimicrobial stuff, so which allows it to be anti-cancer and anti-HIV.
Yes, and so having said those wonderful benefits due to what it has, as you may know, about to dive into the bad stuff. So mostly, this is not to be consumed by people, unless you're a scientist or a doctor and you know how to break this down in order to pull out those antimicrobials. So if you don't, you just run into it out in Mexico or out in Central America, all parts of this plant are poisonous. The seeds is the worst part because they change the highest concentrate of resin, which is poison. And the side effects of it, if you do take them, are vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, a burning sensation in your throat. So please, 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 once again, unless you are a scientist or a doctor, do not eat it.
Nah, bro. So lastly, this is not a berry or fruit, but this is actually a wood, European spindlewood, which originally was used to make spindles for wood spindling. Or wait, was it wood? Wool spindling. That's like a tongue tie. Wool spindling, and it was also used for skewers, like what we use for cooking, like shish kebabs.
Mm-hmm. And of course, having said that, this is, of course, you're not going to digest this, you're not going to eat it, nothing like that. But this was mostly used amongst woodworkers, like you were a carpenter or a carver of some kind. Just make sure you had on the proper equipment to fix it up and everything. I mean, once you put on the polish and you fix it up, all the dangers of it is gone. But having said that, if you are hit by it, like you get a splinter from it, make sure to pull it out as fast as you can before that poison seeps in. So with that, it will cause us, like a lot of these do, nausea, dizziness, strong stomach pains, vomiting, and diarrhea. In some cases, sorry, it may cause you to just go unconscious. And that just lights out. Kidney failure has been known to occur. You'll see the symptoms within 12 to 18 hours of you getting that splinter or coming in contact with it and it going into your skin. So just make sure if you do use this, be careful. And make sure you know what kind of wood you're getting. And just remember, it's used for shish kebabs too.
We made the tikka masala with that. Okay, so the main reason behind this whole video was because as Moor naturalists, we always strive to be more natural. We want to have the best fruits and vegetables available to us, even if they're not very local to us. And so we do our research on ordering fruits and vegetables from small businesses across the world to be able to provide it in our own home, but also possibly provide it for our customers as well. And so within this research, we've come up with these different interesting fruits and seeds, and there's also like different meals and meats, of course, meats and vegetables, of course, that have some interesting side effects and benefits on the other hand. So yeah, look out for those, for just more informational, food informational, because we definitely need to pay attention more to what the type of things that we're consuming and the reason that we're consuming them in the first place. So a lot of people have different illnesses, even if it's just the common cold, or if it's, you know, more of a skin issue or a health issue that you can possibly. We are not doctors. We are not specialists. We are not physicians. We are just people who want to be more natural. So we're not treating anything. We're not like still go to a doctor and take the proper procedures. But everything starts at home. So if you want to do better by your mind, body, and spirit, then that's what we're here to give you information on. So.
All right, and having said that, we're going to go more locally, because I know what we just finished talking about is very exotic, very in other countries type thing. So I just wanted to discuss things that are high in pesticides and things that are low in pesticides. So, of course, we're going to discuss the first half, which is the high pesticide list. And this consists of fruits and vegetables. So mostly I'm just going to list them off and just follow along. So you got your apples, peaches, nectarines, strawberries, grapes, celery, spinach, sweet bell peppers, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, imported snap peas, and potatoes. Once again, those are your high in pesticides. I'm sorry?
So these are fruits and vegetables that we like Moor Natural cooks with very, very often. And but when I buy any fruits and vegetables for any reason, I always clean them. Personally, we use warm water and vinegar. We let them sit for a while. We try to, you know, like hard scrub them a little bit, not with like a sponge or anything, but like just our hands, you know, and like you will literally see the wax coming off, like of apples, like of things that are like super shiny in the grocery store. It's because it's a wax on there to like make it right, to make it look pretty, because really when you think about it, you don't want the stuff that looks nasty and raggedy. But if you really think about it, if the bugs and the insects are eating it, that's because it doesn't have as much pesticides and stuff, because they know that it's good for them. But if they're not eating it, that's when you really want to be concerned, because it's either made in a lab,
which ends up, plus also just throw in, if it doesn't have seeds, it means it's made in a lab as well.
Hybrid, okay? We don't, like, everything should be able to reproduce. If it can't reproduce, don't trust it. No. If it can't reproduce naturally, don't trust it, period. So these are the type of conversations that you all should be having in your household with your family members, with your children, with your co-workers. Like, this is things that needs to be, like, we need to know about the health benefits, the everyday fruits and vegetables that we're eating.
Yes. And having said that, now I'm just going to jump into the low pesticides, the ones you still clean them. But even if you didn't, you might not have too much to worry about. So, having said that, we have avocados, which my wife loves a lot. We have sweet corn, which is another thing she loves a lot too. But actually, corn on a cob is what she enjoys.
Okay, I try to calm down on the corn, because corn is not good for you. Corn is full of pesticides and really bad things, honestly. And it's just fed as a fattener. So it's really not good for you. We try to lay off on the corn, but I'm from Kansas.
I still like it though.